So I saw this post on Sarah Durham Wilson's page. If you don't know who she is a breath of fresh air when it comes to white women doing their job in the movement and calling in other white women and calling out white supremacy in feminist spaces. So the whole thing is a carousel, but this slide in particular caught my attention because it is almost verbatim what white women have said to me throughout my years on this earth, particularly when I have been noticeably fixated or distraught about something that is happening to my people in my homeland. These are comments by two different people. This one is just annoying, not even worth getting into. She talks about how she doesn't feel it's necessary to expose herself to the visuals coming out of Palestine. This one talks about how we are overwhelmed easily when exposed to too much trauma, and specifically says that we were never meant to know of all the horrible things in the world at one time. And so this was one of those things that whenever I would hear it, it would like resurface whatever self-doubt was still floating around in me. So I would ask myself these questions, and I would wonder if I was the problem, if there was something wrong with me, that I was too overly sensitive or overly emotional, that I couldn't just function normally like everybody else around me while the world was suffering, or wonder why I would get so upset when I would see someone else's trauma. And for a while, I really thought that this was a me thing. Like, I thought that I had an issue that other people just didn't have. And then I realized that these questions are intended to gaslight you. Whether or not it's intentional or unintentional, they are made and asked to gaslight you into questioning your humanity and making you feel like you're wrong for feeling other people's pain in your own body. And so then I realized, upon realizing all of that I was asking the wrong questions. First of all, I was asking the wrong person. I shouldn't be asking myself these questions, and I shouldn't be asking these questions specifically. The question we should be asking in response to this is, why is it that as white people, your first response to someone else's trauma and suffering is, I shouldn't have to see that, instead of the normal human reaction of, that shouldn't be happening.